Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday school class. And it's a great joy to be together again, learning from God and being good to God. Last time, everybody really enjoyed our song that we sang together. So we want to sing it again, Brother Lucas, if you can help us at the piano. I was showing the other way. Yeah. What do you need? Your music book. Okay. Let's go for that. Nope, it's not here. Okay, that's okay. I think you can remember.
Right here.
Okay, excellent. All right, today seems to be a gloomy day. A day when not everything is working. It's probably because it's not very sunny outside. When there's more sun, there's more energy. But anyways, we're ready to sing. Last week we sang the song. I know that everybody enjoyed it, so we're gonna sing it again today. We are gonna remember that it is a little bit crazy, but God cares for us, and that's why we follow Him. We believe in Him. And we don't let anything get in the way of that. Right, Mateo?
Right.
Right. Okay. So maybe it's a little bit crazy. Ready? Maybe it's a little bit crazy to believe in what I cannot see. Maybe it's a little bit crazy that my best friend is my savior. Maybe it's a little bit crazy that a king will give his life for me. Maybe it's a little bit crazy, but I've heard much stranger that some things you gotta see by faith. Jump up and down, hey, jump up and down, hey. I don't care what people say. Jump up and down, hey, I'm gonna shout it out. I believe in Jesus. Jump up and down, hey, jump up and down, hey. I don't care what people say. Jump up and down, hey, I'm gonna shout it out. I believe in Jesus. So how about we do it one more time? Yes? Everybody up for it? Yes, I'm excited. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Give us an intro. Maybe it's a little bit crazy to believe what I cannot see. Maybe it's a little bit crazy that my best friend is my savior. Maybe it's a little bit crazy that a king will give his life for me. Maybe it's a little bit crazy, but I've heard much stranger that some things you gotta see by faith. Jump up and down, hey, jump up and down, hey. I don't care what people say. Jump up and down, hey, I'm gonna shout it out. I believe in Jesus. Jump up and down, hey, jump up and down, hey. I don't care what people say. Jump up and down, hey, I'm gonna shout it out. I believe in Jesus. Yes, praise the Lord. Do you believe in Jesus? Say yes. Yes, we all believe in Jesus. So very quickly, I want to welcome back our audience, and I'm gonna say hi to the people that are usually with us in our broadcasts. I need to catch my breath from all the jumping, but I believe in Jesus. So again, I'm gonna say hi to Luciana and Gabriela. Hello, I hope you are together with us one more time. It's always fun and good to see your crafts. I want to say hi to Catalina and Isaiah and Jeremiah. Hello, how are you? I hope you are enjoying your time that you get to spend close to your parents and everybody in the family too. I want to say hi to Juan David and Santiago. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I thought it was Juan David's birthday, but I'm sure he's going to have a happy birthday when it comes. I'm going to say hi to Gabriel. It's always awesome to to hear from you and to know that you are still pumped up about our Sunday school program. Sammy boy, today's class is going to be a little bit confusing for you because we're going to be talking about Samuel in the Bible. But it doesn't matter. We can tell the difference. He's a different guy that lived a long, long time ago. And you are our Sammy today. And when he died, he was old. But we're going to talk about when he was a child. Annette and Marianne, we missed your crafts last week, but I hope you are here today. And I hope that we can see your crafts later on. I always love them. Emily, of course, it's always great to see you. Such beautiful singing voice, Emily, by the way. Esteban, Lisette, Noah, hello. God bless you. Welcome to our class today, especially Mr. Esteban. He really looks forward to us saying hi. So, Brother Esteban, hi. How are you? God bless you. And last but not least, Andres, Anthony, and Alex, the triple A's, and they're always fully charged. Yes? Praise the Lord. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that we all have in our bodies. Juliana, Mateo, we have two of these in our bodies. What do you think it is?
Lungs?
It could be lungs. We have two lungs. We have a lot of twos, but the lungs are on inside your chest. But I'm going to talk about something that's in your head. It could be your eyes. Very good guess. Excellent. You got it. We're going to talk about, can everybody show me your ears? Pull them out. Let's see them big. Some of us can make them bigger than others. Maybe I can make them really big. My family carries big ears, so I'm sorry. Everybody has something that they are not very proud of. And that would be... Excellent, Mateo. Your ears are very stretchy. What do we use our ears for? Anybody knows? We use our ears for looking? No, we use our ears for smelling.
No.
We do? No, we use our ears. I know, to eat pizza. No. I know. We use our ears for walking.
No, that's your feet.
That's your feet. Then what do you use your ears for? Hearing. What can you hear with your ears? Can you tell me about something that you can hear with your ears? You can write your comments too, and we're gonna everything. Okay, give me one example. You can hear what?
People talking.
People talking. We can hear people talking. What's your idea?
Hitting the ground.
Anything that's hitting the ground. Knock, knock, knock. I could hear that. Yes. This morning, I woke up this morning really early, like before the sun rose. And yeah, I went back to sleep because I was so tired. But I was awake for a while and I was praying for a while. And I heard a lot of noise outside. Do you know what noise I heard outside?
Someone walking?
No, it was nobody walking.
Everyone said Okayla and Cassie, I'm guessing in Montero, said they can hear music with their ears.
You can hear music. Very good. Oh, by the way, hi, Johan. Hi, Amy. It's great that you're joining us today.
Yeah.
Hey, they are.
And Montero just said nature.
You can hear nature. And that's exactly what I heard this morning when I woke up. I heard this. What's that? A bird. It was a bird. This week we saw a lot of birds picking up leaves and twigs and things to make their nests. So I'm guessing we have a nest by our window. Yes, Juliana.
I think
Lucas.
Gabriel says that you can also use your ears for hearing God.
You can. Oh my. Why am I teaching? You already know so much. Yes, you can use your ears to hear God. And what's annoying?
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Has anybody heard a blue jay singing? Do you know? Can you make the sound?
Morning.
No.
Every morning.
Every morning?
Around
Around 10. Yeah, what do they sound like, Mateo?
I remember I think last year it would wake me up pretty early, like for a week.
Yeah, we had a nest of blue jays right next to our window, and we thought it was crows. I'm just saying.
I thought it was a crow.
I thought it was a crow until one morning I opened the window and then I see the blue jay singing kind of like, ah, ah. It's not good. It's not good. But it's still something that you can hear with your ears. We're going to do a little bit of a test. And I'm going to ask you to do the same test at home. I sent Mommy and Daddy the instructions, so hopefully you guys can do it. And we're also going to do it here. And I'm going to ask Juliana and Mateo to take turns doing it. So who wants to go first, Juliana or Mateo? Oh, me. Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Let's do that one.
Yes!
So Juliana goes first. Juliana, you need to take off your glasses. So this week we are relying on our ears. So we're gonna cover Juliana's eyes. And if you're doing the activity at home, you need to cover your eyes. And I'm gonna ask Juliana to stand right here.
That might be a bump anyway.
And you're gonna take this ball in your hands.
Okay.
And you're just gonna use your ears. You cannot use your eyes. Can you see?
No.
Let's see if she can see. Can you see? No, she didn't see that. I was mocking her. Okay, you're using your hands. But today it's not about the hands. Today it's about the ears. So this is what we're gonna do. You are going to throw this little ball at me.
Okay.
But you can't see me. You can't see me, so don't tilt your head. You have to use your ears, kind of like whales use their ears for echolocation. Any other animal that uses echolocation? Dolphins uses, bats use echolocation. So they use their ears. They don't use their eyes to see what's close or far to them. So Juliana, I'm gonna move and I'm gonna go to some place in this room.
Okay.
And you're gonna guess where I am, and you're gonna throw the ball at me.
Don't go near the camera though.
We'll see.
I hit the camera.
Yeah, maybe we can do that with Mateo for the next one. After you throw me the ball, if you miss, if the ball falls on the floor because it was too fast, too slow, too short, too long, too far right, too far left, I don't know, it was going in the wrong direction. If it falls on the floor, you're going to tell me a number and I'm going to give you a message that God sent you this morning. How about that? He sent you a message. He sends us messages every day. So, all right, I'm going to move.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I'm moving. Throw me the ball. Okay, that was the right direction, but that was quite fast.
Can I take this off?
Okay, give me a number first.
4?
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Juliana, I
Yes.
want you to be happy. That's your message. Let's give Mateo a turn now. Let's switch the...
I said I wanted to be the person catching it.
No, come on. We need to see that you have very good listening ears. You got it? You're gonna
Can
get
I
a...
catch it?
No, I'm gonna do the catching. Give me 1 minute. All right. I'm gonna stand there. Don't move. Stand there. Okay. I'm gonna move.
Hey, see me?
Mateo, throw me the ball. Oh, that was a perfect throw. Excellent. Thank you so much. Let's give Juliana a turn.
Again?
Yeah, maybe you have another message from that. Huh? But it's only if the ball is dropped.
Oh, okay, bye.
You'll get another turn. Okay.
Stop.
No, wait. Juliana,
Yes?
throw me the ball. Ah! Okay, that hit my head. So give me a number, Juliana. A different number this time.
6.
6. Oh, I should have told you how many numbers I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 10 altogether. 6 is, oh man, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Juliana, Oh, I want you to obey my words.
Okay.
Okay, that's a message from God. Remember that.
Can I catch it
All
this time?
right. No, it's your turn to throw the ball.
But I already threw it and I got it right. So I
Oh,
can catch it
you get a message this time. Okay.
Why can't you ever catch my ball?
All right. Throw me the ball. Okay, that was too high. I couldn't catch it.
It almost
So-
hit your forehead.
It almost did. It almost did. So, Mateo, give me a number.
7.
Mateo, I have a plan for your life.
Okay.
That's a message from God.
What is it?
Oh, he will have to ask God, and he will have to use his listening ears to know what God's plan for his life is. How about we switch things around a little bit and we ask Lucas to come?
Yeah, can I catch it?
Oh, let's see if Lucas gets a message from
I
God
wanna catch
this
it.
morning.
Over there.
I'm gonna mess your hair a little bit. Okay, Mateo is gonna catch the ball. Next time, Juliana will catch the ball. Okay, Mateo, you move somewhere in the room where Lucas can throw the ball at you. Not too far because the camera can only go so far.
Throw the ball to me.
Oh, he caught it. No message for Lucas. Let's give Lucas another chance with Juliana this time.
Me.
All right, wait, you need to choose your spot. Don't go too far because of the camera. But yeah, where do you want to go, Juliana?
I don't know.
Quickly.
Okay. Hello.
Here you go.
Oh, perfect. Wow, this guy. Are you a bat? Are you a bat? You use echolocation really well. All right, now throw it to me. Let's see if you get your message this day. Hold on. I'm gonna go.
Stop touching me.
Lucas, throw me the ball. Okay, that was a little too far, too high. I was closer. So give me a number. None of the numbers that we've said, but a new number. Number 1, the simplest, most important message that God has for everybody today, not just Lucas, but Lucas, this is especially for you. Lucas, I love you. This is coming from God. What great messages we've had. Anybody wants to share what messages they got with playing the game over there at home with mommy and daddy?
Which number?
No, maybe they want to write in the comments because they were also playing the game at home, right? So maybe you want to write in the comments, Annette got this message, or maybe Andres got this message, or Amy got this message. So if you got a message this morning, a message that's coming from God, then please share it in the comments. In the meantime, we're going to move over to the table and I'm going to tell you a story. Are you ready for the story? Yes? Excellent. So let's start moving everything. Let's see if there are comments. Lucas? Lucas, Juliana, like they always do. We have a blank page here. Okay, sit in at the end. And so Lucas, you can sit in the middle. You can put the camera. Okay. All right, perfect. So it looks like we are ready to roll. You are in the picture.
Not anymore. If I sit normally.
Yeah, I can. Okay, can everybody squish closer to me? Because I'm almost out. Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So, do we have any comments, Lucas?
Nope, not so far.
All right. Now it is a blessing to know that God has so many beautiful messages for us. So today, as I said before, we're going to share with you the story of this young man. Of course, he grew to be older later on, but his name was Samuel. So I'm going to ask Lucas to help us put up the images. And remember that full screen. Today's class is listening ears. So, as I said, we're gonna do the story of Samuel. Lucas, please go to the first image and tell us what it is about.
Okay, give me one moment. Okay, so young Samuel grew up serving God at the tabernacle. He used to help Eli, the high priest, with all the chores.
Okay, so we have the story of this little man called Samuel, and he lived in the tabernacle. Tabernacle is just a fancy word to say church. So he basically lived in the same building as the church. And the high priest, which is also a fancy name to say pastor, so the high priest lived there too. And Samuel, that was not his dad, but Samuel helped him a lot. Samuel was given, his life was entirely dedicated to serving God. So anybody remembers what was the high priest's name? Anybody remembers what was the high priest's name?
And sorry, we just got a comment from
Okay, Lagat,
Yeah.
5, 10, and 1. That's
One thing.
awesome. Awesome. Okay, so anybody remembers what's the high priest's name?
Eli.
Eli. Thank
Yay.
you, Mateo. Awesome. All right, let's go to the next picture. Let's see how the story goes.
Give me one moment.
Excellent. So, next picture. Juliana, tell us what it is about.
Samuel grew taller and in favor with the Lord and with the people. One day Samuel was sleeping in the tabernacle near the ark of God. Suddenly the Lord called out, Samuel.
Okay, so Samuel was growing up. He was becoming a taller, handsome man. And one day God decided, well, it's time to call Samuel. So while Samuel was falling asleep at the end of the day, God said what?
Samuel.
Samuel. Yes, let's go to the next picture. And Mateo is going to help us with this one. Okay, go Mateo.
He got up and ran to Eli. Here I am. Did you call me? I didn't call you, Eli replied. Go back to bed. So he did.
Okay, so it looks like Samuel thought that it was Eli calling him, but who was calling him? Do you know? Who was calling him?
God.
Yeah.
God was calling him.
Oh.
It was not
And-
Eli.
Gabriel's message was, I want you to obey my words.
Oh, wow. Gabriel, you got a good one. Excellent. So, let's see what happened next. Samuel was a little bit confused. He thought the high priest Eli was the one calling him, but the one calling him was
God.
God. God was the one calling him. Let's see what happened next. Lucas, help us.
The Lord called out again, Samuel.
Oh, so Samuel went back to bed, and here we go, back to the beginning. Samuel. Huh. Or maybe it was Samuel. Which one do you think it was? It was Samuel. Or Samuel. Or Samuel. Which one was it?
It was more
Samuel.
Samuel.
Oh, okay. We all think that God has a strong, mighty voice.
I didn't say that. I
Um,
said like the one between.
The one in between. Okay. I think God has many ways that he can talk, just like us, right? We can sometimes be a little bit more like, Mateo, stop that.
Strict.
Yeah.
Strict. Or we can say, Mateo, can you please stop?
kinds.
We all have different kinds of voices. I don't know exactly what voice God was using at that point, but it was clear enough that Samuel heard his name being called. What happens next?
Again, Samuel got up and went to Eli. Here I am. Did you call me? I didn't call you, my son, Eli said. Go back to bed.
Okay, so once again, Samuel goes to Eli and he says, did you call me? And no, it was not Eli. We know who was calling. Who was calling?
God.
God was calling. What happens next, Mateo?
Samuel did not know God was calling his name, as the Lord had never spoken to him before. He went back to bed. The Lord called the third time, and once more Samuel got up and went to Eli.
See, so the Lord called Samuel one more time, and Samuel once again did not know who was calling. Why? Why? We just discovered why he didn't know God was calling.
Because God never called him before.
Because he had never heard God talk to anybody before. You might hear God's voice and confuse it with something or someone else. You might think, no, it can't be God talking to me. I must be confused. It must be something else. It must be somebody else. But that's what happened to Samuel because he had never heard God's voice. If you never heard Sister Pamela's voice, you wouldn't know, oh, that's Sister Pamela. But I'm sure when I speak in my house, my children say, oh, that's Mommy talking because they know my voice. They hear it all the time. But Samuel had never heard God's voice, so he couldn't recognize it. Let's see what happens next. Juliana, do you think you can tell us what this next picture, I'm sorry, Lucas, what the next picture is about?
Here I am. Did you call me? Eli realized it was the Lord who was calling Samuel. So he said, go and lie down again. And if someone calls again, say, speak, Lord, your servant is listening.
Okay, so this time, even though Samuel didn't know that it was God talking, Eli knew how God talks and when God talks. So he recognized this is no one else but God. Samuel, next time, answer because it's God. He's calling you. He's calling you on your Apple phone. Was he?
No.
No. Oh, he is calling you through Skype. It's a video call. Was it?
No.
No. Or an iPhone, sure. Or any kind of smartphone. Let's not give any publicity to any special brand. But that's not how God calls. God's not going to call you through your devices. God is not going to call you on the telephone. God has a way of speaking to your own heart. And when you know his voice, you realize this is God calling me. And that's what happened to Eli. He said, I know this voice that you're hearing. I've heard it before. Samuel, that's God. Just listen. Listen when God talks. Juliana, can we go to the next picture? Figure out what it is about.
The Lord came and called as before, Samuel, Samuel.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
the Lord came. Let's go straight to the next one, Mateo.
Okay.
Samuel replied, speak, your servant is listening. The Lord said to Samuel, I am about to do a shocking thing and to carry out all my threats against Eli and his family.
Okay, so Samuel said this time, speak, I'm listening, Lord. And then the Lord went on to tell Samuel a bunch of secrets. Would you like to hear God talking to you about his secrets? Remember Mateo's message? Mateo's message was, I have a plan for you. So would you like to hear that plan? That's kind of a secret. But if you ask God, He has a plan for all of us. He will not force us to follow His plans. He's not that kind of God. But He has a plan, and He's going to tell us, if you want, I can do this wonderful thing with you. Now, the question is, do we want to hear? Will we hear? And after we hear, like we said last week, will we follow His plans? Did Samuel listen to God? Did he follow God's plans for him? Did he choose to do what God wanted to do with him? Let's look at this last image, and maybe Lucas can answer those questions.
Okay. From that day on, the Lord and Samuel spoke all the time. Samuel became a judge and prophet, and God would use him for His glory. Samuel turned out to be a great listener.
Wow, so Samuel actually listened to God, not just that one day, but for the rest of his life. He became a prophet. Do you know what's a prophet? Do you know what's a prophet?
Like a kind of messenger?
It's a kind of messenger. So back in the day, God didn't speak to everybody. Today, God speaks to everybody. He can speak to you right now, and He speaks to me all the time. And He can do that. But before, it was not like that. So God would choose only one person. He would give this person a message, and this person would relay the message to anybody that needed to hear the message. So it was kind of like a messenger program. And Samuel was the first ever person to be called a prophet. And he was the first ever one to do this work for God, because he was a great listener. He had awesome listening ears. Do we all have great listening ears?
I think.
Yes. You know what? In my life, I have heard God's voice many, many times. I remember one time, and I want to share this testimony with you. I was in the city of Montreal, and I was in a service, and I was 10 years old. That means this was 35 years ago, long time ago. But I remember it like it was yesterday. The pastor was preaching. He was preaching about Job. And he said how Job was able to believe that God was with him all the time, even when he thought that he was alone, even when he was sick, even when his family died, even when he lost everything. Job knew God was around. And I was going through a difficult time in my life, because children also go through difficult times. I was 10, and I was really, really scared, because my life was turned into pieces. But I heard God's voice talking to me that day. As the pastor said, Job always knew that God was with him. I felt in my heart that God was saying to me, I am always with you. And those words have stayed in my heart my entire life. That day, I had my big listening ears on, and God spoke directly to me. I experienced God's presence that day in a way that I had never before. I was speaking in tongues for hours, and God was holding me in a strong, tight embrace that night. And I still feel that embrace today. It is awesome when you open your listening ears and you listen to God's voice. With Samuel, the Bible says, literally, I'm going to read these words that you find in the Word of God. They say, so Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and let none of his words fall to the ground. So everything that Samuel said that God had told him to say happened. So how about you start listening to God? Every time that pastor is preaching, every time that your teacher is talking, and sometimes in your quiet moments of prayer, when you secretly under your blankets, you say, God, are you there? He listens. And if you wait just a moment for him to answer, he will speak to you. Just open your ears. Your ears here on your head, but your ears here in your heart. How about we close our eyes and we say, Lord, please continue to speak to us. Yes?
Okay.
Yes. Lord Jesus,
Jesus.
we thank you
We thank you
for your word
for your word
that's always alive
that's always alive
in our lives.
in our lives.
We want to ask you
We want to ask
to
you
always speak to us
to always speak to us
so we can know
so we can know
how much you care for us,
how much you care for us,
how close you are,
how close you are,
how much you love
how
us,
much you love us,
and what your plans are,
and what your plans are,
so we can actually follow them.
so that we can actually follow them.
In the name of Jesus,
In the name of Jesus,
we pray.
we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we're gonna learn our memory verse for today. So if Lucas can go to the page where we have placed our memory verse. There we go. It says,
Should I put it full screen?
full screen, yes, so everybody can clearly see it. It says, my son. Can you repeat?
My son,
Pay attention
pay attention
to what I say.
to what I say.
Let's repeat that part. My son,
My son,
pay attention
pay attention
to what I say.
to what I say.
Turn your ear
Turn your ear
to my words.
to my words.
Turn your ear
Turn your ear
to my words.
to my words.
Let's repeat the whole thing together. 1, 2, 3. My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Let's try that again. My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. My son,
My son,
pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Proverbs 4:20. All right, Lucas, let's take down the screen. Let's see if we can remember the words to our verse. Okay, my son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Proverbs 4:20. Let's try that again. NIV, yes, that's from the NIV version. All right, so let's try that again. My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ears to my words. Proverbs 4:20. That was an amazing job. Let's see if we can actually use our ears. If you have a piece of paper at home that you can borrow, it doesn't have to be a clean. We're going to use a recycled piece of paper. So if you have a piece of paper, grab it. Let's see how good our listening ears are. You need colors for this little activity.
And this?
No, that's for a craft later.
I thought this was a craft.
Yeah, no. This is an activity. Let's test our ears. So I'm gonna, if you have your colors ready at home, let's see. I'm gonna ask you, no. I'm gonna give you a color. I'm gonna give you a shape. And I'm gonna give you instructions on where you need to draw this shape, okay?
Okay.
And
teal?
so it's gonna have to be colors that we have more than one. So probably primary colors only, or very common colors.
So just like.
So you can choose a different shade of the same color, and that way you all have an opportunity to choose a color. You cannot choose a color yet. I haven't
I
said.
know.
You need to use your listening ears. You need to use your listening ears. So I'm going to ask you to look at your, oops, that one is written on both sides. I'm going to ask you to look at your sheet. And if I say right top corner, you're gonna write something on your right top corner. Am I inverted?
Yes.
No.
Wait, no.
No, that's the left and that's the right.
That is right.
Yeah, that's the
Right
right.
is that way.
And
Well,
it's
on
okay in the
screen.
picture on the screen.
So yeah, for them it should be right.
Okay, so if I say draw a hurricane on the top right corner, that's what you're gonna draw here. If I say in the middle of the page, draw Mateo, then you're gonna draw Mateo in the middle of the page. If I say draw a giant airplane on the left side, you're gonna do that. So I'm gonna tell you what to draw and what color to draw it in, and let's test your listening abilities. Okay, try not to pick in your neighbor's sheets, okay? All right, so first instruction, pick color yellow. Yellow, one shade of yellow. I think there's 2 or 3.
I think this is a shade of
Barely
That's
yellow.
a shade of
Camera.
yellow. It's a yellow.
Kind of
Yeah.
gold.
This is like an
No, but
orangish
don't
yellow.
tell them. Don't tell them because they have to do the same over there.
Oh.
We're testing everybody's listening abilities. All right, take your yellow and go to the top right corner and draw a sun. Like the sun in the morning. A sun.
My top right corner. is
Your
yours.
top right corner. You're gonna draw a sun on the top right corner. Quickly.
Try.
Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just the sun. Okay.
Almost done.
Almost done. Okay. Next one. You're gonna need color
Wait.
purple for the next one.
Purple.
I want the light purple.
I'll take this. Who was the last one to pick?
Oh, there's
Okay.
one here.
Okay.
It's a nice picture.
Okay.
I like this purple.
Purple. In the middle of the page, draw a square. In the middle of the page, draw a square. Oh, your purple looks a little bit pink, Mateo. But I know
Yeah,
you chose
I think it's like
purple.
a violet.
Okay. So draw a
Something.
square. You don't need to color inside
Okay.
the square.
I
It's
want
okay.
a color.
But it's gonna take so much longer if you color inside.
No cheating.
No cheating. All right, let's go. The next color is gonna be blue. So pick your shade of blue, dark, light, it doesn't matter.
In dark.
Yay,
Blue.
I like this one.
And I'm gonna ask you to
Oh,
draw
mine's that blue.
a triangle on top of your square.
Okay.
I'm gonna
What? It looks like a house? No way.
Oh, I was leaving a
Oh,
little
that's
bit of
true.
a space. You mean right on top?
Right on top.
Here it goes. So happy.
Okay.
Yep.
Now next color is gonna be green.
Green. Oh, okay.
This one.
Green. Choose your shade of
Oh,
green.
there's a lot of green.
Oh yeah, there's several greens.
I'll pick the very light one.
Okay. In the bottom left corner, you're gonna draw a long triangle that stretches all the way. Not triangle, rectangle that stretches all the way up the page.
Up?
So you're gonna start at the bottom and you're gonna go all the way up and you're gonna draw a skinny, stretchy rectangle. So you start at the bottom, you go up all the way to the top, and you're gonna draw a skinny green rectangle.
Like that?
Do we have to color it in?
No, you don't have to color it.
Okay. No, look. No.
All
I don't think
right.
they can even see mine if I put it over here.
All right. And the last one, do we have another color that everybody can pick? Let me see.
The
Okay, I'm
dark
gonna ask you to pick. Oh, we don't have anything red?
Nope.
But there's only one red, I think. or
There's
two.
2 reds. I guess a pink would count.
Okay, a pink will count. Let's do
Okay,
red
I'm
next
gonna
then.
Pink.
red.
All right, let's go to the bottom right corner,
Okay.
and you're gonna draw a beautiful flower. Don't put too much detail into it.
Aww.
We don't have time. So an easy flower to draw is you just draw a squiggly line and kind of like a cup, and there you go. That's a flower. You see? Squiggly line, and then you draw a cup under, and it looks like a flower.
It's so pretty.
That's a pretty easy flower.
It's so pretty.
You see it? There you go.
That's good.
That's my easy flower. Let me see your flower. Beautiful, really nice. Is that a star, Lucas, or a flower?
It's a flower.
It's a flower. Oh wow, Juliana went overboard
I know,
with that really pretty flower.
understood
Come on, let's show
Can
everybody.
I use the green for
No,
a
no,
stem?
no.
Cheater.
It's only red. All right, let's show our pictures to the camera. Let's see how good our listening ears were. So Mateo, I'm gonna take your picture. I'm gonna show it. So if you have, whoops, it's translucent, so that's better. So if you have a picture kind of like that, you definitely got it right. Let's see, Lucas. Let's allow everybody.
Maybe forget that it's been drawn by a 14-year-old. Just maybe forget that.
You're supposed to have better drawing skills than
Okay,
little kids.
try. You rushed me.
I
Excuse me.
rushed you. Yes,
You
okay,
rushed me.
yes, I interrupted the
Artist.
artist. Yes, sorry, I apologize. All right, Julia, let's show everybody yours. That's okay. We know that you always do
Wow,
great,
wow,
and yours
wow.
is always perfect. You have
not
excellent
perfect.
draw. Okay, it's not perfect. I'm sorry. I
Yeah, me.
called my imperfect daughter's picture perfect, but anyway.
She took
So-
that long to draw that, son.
Excellent. So we have excellent
I didn't
listening
take long.
skills in this family. Congratulations. Good job.
Woo!
All right. Anybody remembers what is our verse from today?
My son,
Pay.
pay attention to what I say. Turn your ears to my words.
Proverbs
Proverbs
4:20.
Excellent. NIV. Yes. So let's say it all together one last time. My son, pay.
Pay attention to what I say. Turn your ears to my words. Proverbs 4:20.
Excellent.
Wait,
Great
is this a
job.
craft?
No, we're gonna do our craft now. So if you pass me that, maybe at home you guys have one of these. It's a couple of ears, and we're gonna make.
Ears?
Yes.
I thought those were socks. You thought they were socks?
No.
Yes.
This is just a flap. So this is just a flap that you're gonna use to glue your ears to a headband. So what we're gonna do is, Mateo and Juliana have their own. And I have, to make it a little bit easier and a little bit faster, I have printed the title and the verse. And they're going to choose construction paper. Juliana, can you bring the box closer? They're going to choose their favorite color of construction paper. And then they're going to make a headband. And on the headband, they're going to glue their ears. And they're going to stick out like that because we have big listening ears. And they're going to glue here the title and the verse, which we will never forget.
Put the printer away.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. So let me grab a pair of scissors for you guys.
And it's my to go.
Oh, we
Bye.
forgot our Kahoot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So green?
Can we do the Kahoot after?
You know what? No, let's do the Kahoot first. I am so sorry. Let's do the Kahoot first. So Lucas, help us open the Kahoot.
Can I do the cutting during the Kahoot? Because I take a while.
So yeah, make sure you get on the app Kahoot or the link kahoot.it. Just give me 1 moment.
All right. So Lucas, give us the instructions for the Kahoot, please.
Okay, so to use, you can use a mobile device or your computer. For the mobile device, you want to download the app. So maybe do that real quick if you don't have it already. and if you're using a computer, type in the link Kahoot, KAHOOT.it.
So showing the screen what it is. Don't
Yeah.
start working on
I
that.
put up.
Can I just get out this? Because I feel like they're going to take a
No.
while.
No,
I put.
Just let me finish the line.
no, because that's not how you do it.
Okay.
Yeah. It cracks so bad.
So yeah, just make sure you got everything on Kahoot ready. While I pull up the pin and we can get started.
So can you put it on the screen, Lucas, that everybody can
Yeah.
see?
Yeah, just give me 1 moment.
Okay, that's an excellent idea. So, Juliana, you want to do the Kahoot?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Me,
get
me,
to myself
me.
this time. Go to game pen.
Give me 1 moment. I just have to share the screen to everyone.
We get to do it ourselves. Yes. No,
So I just put up the code. I'm not sure how the quality is, and it
it
looks
just
pretty
died.
good. It's okay.
It
Repeat
just
the pin.
died.
So the pin is
Wait, what?
44831009.
Just in case.
Then mine didn't die. I think I turned it off by accident. I don't know. It shut off. It shut down.
Okay.
For some reason.
The pin again is 44831009. So remember, you go to the website called Kahoot.it, or if you have the app, you just choose that little symbol at the middle button of the screen, and you will enter the game pin again 44831009. We have 7 players already in.
We have AAA, Amy R, Gabby and Mucci, Gabriel, I'm guessing, Johan, who's SQR. I don't know who that is, and Davey.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
We have new people in our team.
And Matt.
That's
Mateo.
Mr. Mateo.
Put
Yes.
emoji and everything.
Yes.
I like that emoji. It's the most detailed one I found.
Wait, don't start it yet.
Okay, Juliana is getting ready to go
Is
in.
it a competition this time? I just want to say my name. I was gonna add an emoji, but I forgot to.
Alright, so, okay, looks like everyone who is watching is already in. We've got 9 players and 9 viewers. Just real quick, just confirm that you're in, and we'll start in the comments.
Okay, so if you want to write a comment that we wait for you a little bit, please go ahead. And that way we'll know that we need to wait for you. All right, Lucas, why don't you go to the first question?
Alright,
First
Yes.
question.
okay, I'm gonna start it in 3, 2, 1. So are you ready? It's titled Listening Ears.
There's 6 questions.
So the title of our Kahoot today is Listening Ears.
So who are we supposed to listen to? The first option is red, God. Blue, our parents. Yellow, our teachers, your teachers. Or green, all of the above. So you listen to all the people we just mentioned. Let me repeat it again. Red is God. Blue is our parents. Yellow is your teachers. And green,
Everybody. Pretty much it.
Pretty much
everyone we just said.
everybody that has authority, because you're not gonna listen to a person that tells you go and steal this from your friend.
Well, yeah, no.
No.
Not everybody, but like everybody that was right there.
Okay, looks like
Everybody that
everyone-
was mentioned, like it says in the
Okay.
question, all of the above.
Okay, so 5 people said all of the above, and 4 people said God. Don't worry, it's not a competition. It's just to see whether you can get it right or wrong.
Well, it's true. We listen to God first and foremost, but we also need to listen to our parents, and we also need to listen to our teachers. So yes, Juliana, you can read the next question, please.
How many times did God call Samuel? Red 6 times, blue 1 time, yellow 4 times, and green 3 times.
How many times did God call for Samuel? Before he said, yes, Lord, speak to me. So how many times did God call for Samuel? Red is 6.
Blue is 1,
Blue is
yellow
one.
is 4, and green is 3.
And green is 3. So do we have all the answers in?
No,
no.
we're still waiting on 2 more people.
2 more people.
I think it's this one. I'm not gonna say it. Not to cheat. I'm not gonna cheat.
Hey, you know Juliana's still participating in this and so am I.
I know. I'm not. Don't see the answer.
So 8 answers in, and we're waiting on.
Nobody.
9 answers. I guess someone else joined.
Excellent.
All right. Well, just wait. When the timer goes down to 150, I will skip to the next question.
That's it.
5, 4,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
0.
Skip.
Okay, so 5 people 4 times.
But it was 4.
It was 3 times.
No,
God
it
called
was 4.
Samuel 3 times.
No.
The 3rd time. Actually, Juliana is kind of right.
I guess.
He called 3
That
times,
is true.
and then on the 3rd time, Eli said, "Go back, and once you hear it again, say, what was it again?"
Juliana is absolutely right. She
So-
knows
He
even
called
more
him
than
4
me.
times.
Well, in
apologies.
the text, he called him 2 times and then he, on this. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
So,
it was
I guess-
4. It was 4.
I guess apologies to the 4 people who technically got it right.
Yes.
Sorry to the 5.
Yeah.
And yeah. Next question. So, do you want to read it?
Sure.
Red.
No,
No,
the question.
No.
Read the question.
What was
too.
the priest's name? Red, Eli, blue, Levi, yellow, John, and green, Samuel.
So what was the priest's name? Remember, priest is like pastor. So what was the priest's
Like
name?
Pastor.
Don't say Pastor Win.
Don't say
Daddy.
Pastor Win. Well, that's not
When
a
is not an option.
So red is Eli, blue Levi, yellow John, and green Samuel.
is
Samuel.
So if you have the answer, please choose one color. Again, red,
one person is
Levi.
missing.
I mean,
No.
red is Eli. Sorry. Red is Eli. Blue is Levi. Yellow John, and green is Samuel.
Wait,
Okay.
there's 10 people playing?
Apparently.
Yeah, it looks
I
like.
thought there was only 9.
I thought so too, but we got.
And that one person
Newcomers.
isn't
I
doing
don't know if it's
anything.
glitched. I don't know if it's glitched or something. But
It could be,
Should we just-
but it's okay. We're gonna give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Every,
Uh,
7 people got it right, and 2 people did Levi.
Yeah, Levi sounds a
know,
lot
yeah.
like Eli, but the right answer was Eli Red.
Yeah, sorry if I confused them.
So,
Oh yeah, and don't be
next-
sad if you're in like 9th place because there's no actual scoreboard.
Okay.
That's
It just
right.
does it randomly.
AAA has a streak. Oh, with
3 correct answers in a row.
Excellent.
That's Anthony, Alex, and Andres.
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
It is.
Who did Samuel think was calling him? Red, his dad. Blue, Eli. Yellow, God. And Green, his teacher.
So this is not who was actually calling him, right, Lucas?
No.
This is who he thought was calling him because he confused the voice. So he thought, oh, it must be this person calling me. So was it, oh, it must be my dad calling me? Or no, it has to be Eli calling me. Or, oh, it's God calling me. Or did he think, oh, my teacher is calling me? So what did Samuel think?
I think
Who was
he
calling
thought
him?
it was this one.
And we're almost ready, almost with the numbers there. 7 people in, 8 people in.
2 more people, please.
Let's just do it at 9 people, because the 10th person, I think it's just someone who just came in and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a glitch. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm just looking at the comments again, seeing if anyone like. Yeah, looks like everyone just confirmed they were in. And great.
And we have figured out who is SQR.
Who?
Samuel Quintero
Oh.
Ramos. Sammy boy.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip to the next question.
Skip.
Okay, so 2 people said Eli. I mean, 2 people said it was his dad, but 7 people said Eli.
It was actually Eli
It was
calling
Eli.
Samuel.
Eli was his dad? Did they think in the picture Eli was his dad?
Maybe they thought Eli was his dad, but his dad's name was Elkanah.
He was a dad.
And we said in the story that Eli was the priest.
That's right.
Okay,
Eli was
3
the priest.
3 players just hit an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Yay, that's me. Okay.
What did Samuel need to do to be able to hear God? In red, he had to pick up his phone. Blue, he just said, "Here I am." Yellow, he had to put God on his speaker. And green, he had to read the Bible.
Okay, so how is it that God spoke to Samuel, and what did Samuel have to do? He had to go pick up his phone. I'm sure there were not even phones at this time in history, but I just gave you a help. Okay, I'm that kind of good teacher.
So it's
I help my
definitely not
students. All right, so he just said, "Here I am." That's how you talk to God, how you tell God, "I'm listening. Here I am. I'm listening." Or it's not a hint. I'm just reading the answer, Mateo. You're the one that gave me
Yellow
hints.
is he had to put God on speaker.
On speaker, yeah, because his voice was so low that he said, "Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker, God, so I can hear you better." Or he just picked up the Bible and went to the book of 1 Samuel chapter 3 and he read the story, because that's how you know what God was saying to Samuel.
1 Samuel chapter 3.
It's actually, yeah, this story is found in the book of Samuel, the first one, chapter 3. You can read it on your own at home. If you're a good reader, it's an excellent chapter to read. It's fun. It's interesting.
There's supposed to be 9 people, but right now we have 8 answers. So
One more
We're gonna
person.
skip. We're gonna skip to the
Right.
answer. Yes, because time is passing.
Everybody
Oh,
got it
everybody
right.
got it right. He just said, "Here I am," and that's all you have to say to God. You just say, "I'm listening. Here I am. Talk to me." Next, and this is the last question, I believe,
I
Lucas.
think so, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So last question in our Kahoot.
Samuel grew up to be a man of God. What happened to Samuel's words?
Ooh, what happened to Samuel's
They all-
words?
Red was they all crumbled.
They all crumbled.
Blue is they were bad words.
Samuel's were bad words. Sammy.
Yellow was none of them fell,
Oh,
and
okay.
green was Samuel never spoke.
Yellow is none of them fell to the ground, and green is Samuel never spoke. So just put your answer in. I'll read the options again. Red is all of Samuel's words were crumbled up. Blue is all of Samuel's words were bad words.
Naughty words.
Bad boy. Or yellow is none of Samuel's words fell down to the ground without being fulfilled. And green is, you know what? Samuel heard God, but he never spoke. Samuel never spoke. So
Silent prophet.
the silent prophet. I don't see how that would be a good prophet. Again, I
The
gave
prophet
it
of
away.
silence.
All right. We're still
Okay,
waiting
we're
on.
waiting. We have 6 answers. And I wonder if you didn't hear the possibilities, so I'm going to read them to you once again. So Samuel grew up to be a man of God. Now, what happened to every single word that Samuel ended up saying? All of his words, that's red, all of his words were crumbled up. Or blue, all of his words were bad words. This was a bad boy. Or yellow, none of his words fell to the ground. What that means is that everything that he said turned out to be God's
Was it
true
no such
word.
thing as bad words back then?
Of course.
Mhm.
And green is Samuel never spoke. Yes, you know
It's
that
the-
one, you know that the Bible says not to curse?
Yeah.
It says in the Old Testament, in Samuel's days, they already have that rule. You cannot curse. So,
Yeah.
So we got 100.
all right. So
Sorry. All right. I'll just skip the question.
we are pretty much
So,
done.
Only 2 people got it wrong. But 6 of you got it right. Hooray. So yeah, it was none of his words fell and they all came true.
Yes.
One person said they all crumbled.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much
Awesome.
for playing.
Thanks
Let's
for
go
your
back to the
feedback.
cameras, Lucas. And
Remember to-
now we can do our craft
Put in-
real quick.
Put
I'm
in.
gonna explain it to you. So
Yes,
what you're gonna
Mommy,
do?
Mommy,
Yes.
Make sure to put in the comments if you want it to be a competition in the next Kahoot.
True. If you want Kahoot to be a competition, why don't
Like
you
to
write
know
it in
who
the
won
comments?
first, second, third.
And next
fourth.
time we can do it as a competition. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is to take your, this is Juliana's actually. So you're gonna take your paper that you're gonna use for your headband and you're gonna cut it in half, if that's big enough to go around your head. So if not, cut it a little skinnier and you can make 3 lines, and that way you, when you join them together, you can customize it to the size of your head.
Beautiful boy. Beautiful.
So you're gonna cut. Can I borrow the scissors?
I think it's better if you come here. Would you like to take
yeah.
my seat?
Let me go
Yes,
here.
sure.
Bye, everyone.
He has to go now.
So just as an example, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna cut it. So my head is kind of big,
Big.
so I'm gonna cut it in 3 parts.
My head is too big.
So I folded it 3 times to be able to cut it. If your head is not as big as mine, my head is really big, then you can just do half. But my head is big, so I'm gonna cut
I don't get it.
mine in 3.
My head is big too.
And I'm being really, really quick. I don't wanna,
I think we just
I want you to be able to go and
Should I
do,
just do it in half?
I think half is enough for you, yes. So what you're gonna do with that is,
Okay, so I do it in half.
not sure, we can test with mine. So you're gonna attach them
Wait,
to one another.
I think mine is good half. It's half.
So now I have a really long strip. I'm gonna turn this around. You need to be able to see if everybody can see that. So I'm using scrap paper. Don't mind my paper. So I have a really long strip, and I can now measure how big is my head. So my head is about this big. So I'm gonna cut the extra, right? And let me borrow that for a second. And now I'm gonna attach the ends. So my headband is a nice loop-de-loop. And I can put it around my head. There you go. So it's on. So what you want to do next is you're gonna get a piece of paper and you're gonna write your title and your verse if you want. So, in my case, I'm gonna borrow a piece of your paper, Juliana. I'm not taking your title and your verse, but
Can I have the tape?
yeah, no. But I'm gonna write here my title
Do you have the tape?
and
Yeah.
can I borrow, please? So my title is Listening Ears.
No, it's open.
So you see, it says listening ears. I'm gonna glue that here, and I'm gonna write down my verse. Anybody remembers the verse? Lucas, can you put up the verse in the screen so everybody remembers?
Sure thing.
So it says,
Can you
anybody remembers the verse?
Yeah.
Okay. No, my
son.
son.
Pay attention to
what I
say. Turn your ear to my words. Proverbs 4:20.
Turn your ear to my words, and that's in Proverbs 4:20. Can you go back to the camera?
Okay.
Take go.
The mister is using it. Just give it a minute. It's coming back to you. So I just wrote my title and my verse. I hope you can see it. Can they see it?
Not the verse, but I can put it.
Well,
here.
it's just so you understand what I'm doing. You don't have to see the words because I know that you already know the verse by heart, and you can also go to your own Bibles.
Oh, and one of the races said for the Kahoot, they want it to be a competition or challenge.
Ooh, it could maybe next week
What
we'll
about
make it a
glue?
competition. You can use glue too if you want. I
gonna
chose
use glue.
tape to be a little bit faster. So, can you see? I put my title and my verse. I'm not sure if it's in the middle because I'm not looking at it, but I hope you can see what it is. And now I need my big listening ears. I used all my paper for scrap. Now I don't have, okay, I'll use this one. I didn't print my own because I didn't think I would be doing this, but here we go. Let's see if I can draw a couple of very big ears. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cheat.
Cheating.
Yeah, I'm
Not
gonna,
allowed.
I'm gonna cut 2 in 1. And that way I'm just a little bit faster for people at home to see what they are supposed to be doing.
I need the tape again.
And that makes my ears look the same too because I'm cutting 2 of them at the same time. So there. I just got me some big ears. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this off for a minute. And I'm gonna glue my ears to my headband because I have big, big listening ears. Okay. Oops, that's not really gonna work. I think I need glue for this one. I'll use glue stick. It's a little faster, I think, in my opinion.
Yes.
Ow. Ow.
Should I use tape or glue for this?
Up to you.
So like,
Oh, for the headband, I think it's better you use tape.
can I have the tape then?
But for the words and the verse and all of that, maybe it's better if you use glue.
You can't.
I just need
Break it.
tape.
Well, it's not a race, but I feel like we're racing to finish this fast.
Yes.
Go, go, go.
I'm not racing.
So yeah, there I got my band, my title and my verse, and big, big ears. Let's see how goofy I look with this on. How goofy am I? Oh my goodness. I can hear, God. I have awesome big ears. I hope you can hear, God. I would love to see your pictures. When you're done with your craft, send me your pictures so we can put them
feel
up.
by ourselves after we look so goofy in the live stream.
That's true. That's true. So we are not the only goofy ones. So you are goofy together with us, and we can put it up in our website, and everybody can see.
Whoa, I
that
think that is way too big.
yeah, it looks a little bit big.
Ella!
My head was bigger than I thought, but I finally got it right.
Oh yeah, yours fits.
And we got Elfie's sister Pamela.
I have
So, hold on.
I have
Let's
a
see.
necklace.
Okay.
Oh, I took triangle.
Wait, no. I was thinking.
Let's
I
do
have
this.
a
Let's do this. Okay.
I have a necklace. I'm gonna try and make it
Lucas
smaller.
just called me an elephant.
Oh, Kayla was wondering, did you put your ears backwards?
Yeah,
Isn't
you
there
did.
supposed to be?
I did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm supposed to go like this?
No, for like the swirls and stuff to be visible.
No, that was just a rose that she
Oh
made.
no,
Look at
that's
that.
because I'm using scrap paper. That's why
Oh.
I didn't draw the inside.
I thought you were using these ears.
Oh, no.
No.
I said I didn't print my own.
So yeah, Sister Pamela did just papers ears out of goose paper, but Mateo and July are making like actual ears.
They're
of those.
making the fancy one. Look, I am truly an elephant now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, so how did you glue this on? Just
I
flat out. Okay.
yeah.
I'm just gonna glue it.
So yeah. I can hear God and I can smell you too.
No,
Did
no.
you take a shower today?
What?
Okay, let's not talk about our intimate life online. So that was pretty much all for today. Thank you all for participating. I know my two wonderful helpers are not fully done with their headbands and their craft and their ears,
All I need to do is cut these out and glue.
but it's okay. They can do it a little bit more carefully and more slowly.
That's
offline.
better.
That's much better. And you can finish your own too in your own time. Take all the time you need. Don't rush through it. Make it pretty, make it
Where's
nice.
my
And
scissors?
remember,
Did he get it in his own?
no, I forgot to bring extra scissors. Anyways, what's up, Juliana? Just
You
leave it on
tickled
here.
me.
I did. Oh no, my mistake. Anyways,
She's turned into a clown.
thank you for participating in today's class. And remember
Where's the
to
scissors?
keep.
Please do it.
Please, can you wait? Remember to keep your listening ears on. Oh, we already got a picture. I love it, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you for not making me feel bad. You look goofy like me. But big listening ears. Let's always listen to what God has to say. God bless you, and we'll see you next week, same time as always.
Bye.
And finish your craft. Send me your pictures. We'll put them up in our website for everybody to see how hard the children in Toronto, Ontario, anywhere you are working. Thank you so much for participating. God bless
I'm
you.
waiting. Ears on. I'm trying to finish this quick.
Bye.
I already cut.
Oh.